Good morning. I don't know what day it is. Sunday, I think. We are getting ready to somewhat take off. I dropped Steve and Cade down at the Kane Gulch radio station. Now I am biking back there. It's about an 8-mile ride, so I'll get that under my belt and then head on out. This would be so much easier if I was on a bike that actually fit me rather than my son's old bike. So. All right, we are taking off from the Kane Creek Ranger station on our backpack. We're gonna head down Kane Creek, pick up Grand Gulch, take Grand Gulch to the end, and then from there come back up Bullet Canyon. Should be somewhere mid to high 20s. But we got Cade and Steve with us today, so it's a beautiful day. A little breezy. You can see by the flag here. Got a breeze going, but maybe once we drop in the canyon, it won't be so bad. All right, and here we go. Not too hot today, which is really nice. We got 4 miles, so I hit Grand Gulch. So thank you. Got a cool little rock canyon through here. We have a good bit of snow here, so hopefully that means it's melting and we'll have water farther down. If not, maybe some more snow that we can boil, which I hate to do because it takes a lot of fuel, but we'll make it. Working our way down Kane Gulch here. We've been on the left side, right side, back and forth a little bit, but I think we're probably 2.5 miles in or so, another mile and a half will hit Grand Gulch. We made it to the junction ruined with the junction of Kane Gulch and Grand Gulch. I'm at the far, I'm guessing, north end of it here. I got this structure here and got another one there, and then the main ruins are over there. Really big midden pile down in this area. They have it all roped off to keep people from digging. Some gold seam sticks in there. This looks like it could have been a second Kiva. Kind of cool. They got the chimney really well preserved here. There's actually an upper level up there you can't get to anymore. Up there must have been some stuff. We've made it out of Kane. We're into Grand Gulch, working our way down along the stream here. Originally I was thinking another 3 miles, but I think we're maybe going to stop at Toady Canyon, which is about 2 miles down. Give everybody a little bit easier day. Kate's getting a little tired here. He's been doing awesome today though, so we'll keep on heading down a little bit longer. Came upon this site up here kind of by accident. We took a right instead of a left, which I'm really glad we did, because this up here is Turkey Pen Run, one of the ones that has been on my list to come visit. So we'll get up here, take a look and see what we got. Got a lot of pictographs up here. in the face of this here. Pretty cool. Broken grinding stones. Alright, so here is Turkey Pen, which gives the area its name, though it wasn't a turkey pen, I don't believe, but pretty cool. There's another layer up there across the talus I don't want you going across. Runs there, going up here, right above us. You can just see sticking out the road we saw from below. Came up to a massive arch there. I believe it's called Stimplers Arch, something like that. Pretty massive though. Hard to see from that far back here. We are here in camp. We made it to about Toady Canyon. Only 6 miles, wanted to go a mile farther, but this is where we decided to camp. We got a tent set up here. Get some dinner going, hopefully find some water. I saw some snow back there, might have to melt that. And head on down. There's another spring, but I'm not sure how far it is, so we'll try to get something here. Good morning from day 2. It's about 8 o'clock. The sun is just reaching the ridge line up there and past me there. It was a cold night, but not as cold as the last two, so I didn't have to put my puffy on until, I don't know, early this morning. But we're moving slow here. We're going to get up and head down towards Sheik's Canyon's our goal today at least. I want to see the Green Mask site, and then we'll go from there. All right, we are getting ready to take off. One look around our campsite here, and we're going to head down canyon and end up in at least Sheik's Canyon today, if not farther. That way? All right, we're breaking out of the morning shadow into the sunshine. Imagine everything's gonna start heating up pretty quick now. Beautiful morning. We got a lot of these down and up, crossing over the washes. Ooh, coming up on a ruin right here. Pretty cool. I wasn't expecting this when I started my camera, but way cool. This may have been one of these happy accidents. This is one of the bigger structures I've seen on this trip so far. Maybe 2 rooms. There was a divider in there, but it's pretty large size, probably 10 yards across or so, 30 feet. Yeah. Common example of going down the ledge into the wash, then up the other side. You could follow the wash as well. You just never know whether there's some low down trees or log jams or something like that causing you problems. So mainly head up this way, up and down there. Peace. The hiking's been really nice today, pretty easy. Only ups are when you drop down in the wash and come back up the other side. Weather's warmed up, probably has to be high 50s or so. But it's been really good today. We're making okay time. It's hard to make good time when there's just so much beautiful scenery around you to see. We made it to the pour over, and since there's some guaranteed water here, I figured I would go ahead and filter some of it. But my filter is taking forever. I don't know if it's just an old filter or what's going on. So threw 2 liters in some Nalgene bottles, and we'll let this one go and maybe another one, and then we'll head on and I'll filter the rest of it later. We just spotted this set of ruins from off the trail, dropped the packs and came up here. There's also a lower site here, below the one we were just looking at above. It's just a little to the west, scrambling. Not sure if this is split level ruin or something else. I'm guessing something else, but I could be wrong. Pretty cool. Up here you can see kind of the inside of the walls, how they made them. Still working down on the westward, we found another area. Not sure how well this will show up on a GoPro, but this whole area all the way down there is just full of pictographs and petroglyphs. Each time I go to a new section, there you go. There's some big ones. Look at this. It's a really big one. Beside it, there's a couple others in there. Hands. Some sheep. Here's a cool one. A bunch of sheep all on the road, but this whole wall is just filled with them. Pretty amazing. Now I'm looking at these dig areas, either I guess an archaeological or looters at one point. There's a lot of areas that look like they've been dug in. Here's a cool spiral around there, and right on this rock beneath that spiral there is a spiral grooved in, etched in to the rock. Amazing. Oh, some people in front of us. First folks of the trip. We made it to Split Level Ruins, one of the big ones that was on my list to see. Pretty cool. Right in front of me here, the midden heap, and there's all kinds of shards and pottery and chert and all kinds of stuff in here. It's pretty cool. Let's go explore the rest of it. Really clear up here. I don't want to do too much walking around because I'm not sure what the chains, where you're allowed to be and where you're not allowed to be, but it's pretty cool. It's an amazing sight. I like this. Must have been a kiva right in front of us. You can still see the roof beams, how they constructed it. It hasn't all been all the way dug out, but at least maybe backfilled. Really neat to get to see how they made this. I wonder how strong it was when they were first made. Pretty special. Right there is looking down at the roof of that kiva that I just showed you a little bit ago. Interesting, that's kind of more curved than it is straight. I love seeing those roof beams hanging out there. Up there, the second story, hence where the name's Split Level Ruin, but there's no access up there anymore. But imagine what it must have looked like at one time. Just checking out, I was looking at this overhang. It looked really cool, and yes, there are ruins up there, so we're gonna go check it out. All right, it's a pretty cool site here. You notice a big cave right away, and then when I looked up, I saw, I think right up there was the first piece I found. It's pretty cool, but look at all the space they had down below as well. All right, it's getting late in the evening. We're all getting a little tired, ready to get to camp here. Hopefully we're less than 0.4 miles to Coyote Canyon. We'll try to find a camp spot there. There's supposed to be a spring a little ways up if we can need it for the morning or whatnot. Told Steve and TQ to hang back there for a minute and walked up Coyote Canyon and found water. That's awesome. Now we just got to find a place to camp. I can walk back up here later and get this. All right, lots and lots of good looking water here. Like I said, I just got to find a place to camp, and I think I saw just past the canyon where I came in, there might have been a stone little shelf we could camp up on. Won't be the softest, but at least it should be dry, maybe. I don't know. Kate's tired. He's been doing awesome today, but it's been a long day, so we'll get up there and get back to those guys and go from there. All right, we made it into camp probably about 5:45 or so. We got to Coyote Canyon, I think is what it's called, and I went up there a little ways, dropped my pack, and went up about 10 minutes and found lots of water, so we have easy access to water tomorrow. Filtering a couple, we got liters we got to drop off right now, but I'd like to leave camp probably with each of us having about 2 liters tomorrow. There should be plenty of water, but I'd rather be safe than sorry. We have a nice spot here and some underneath some cottonwoods. Got a little dinner going of ramen and cheese, maybe a little pepperoni, but it's not feeling too cold right now. A little wind, not nearly as much as last night, so hopefully it will be a good evening, and that will be it. If nothing exciting comes up, I will talk to you all tomorrow. Good morning from day 3. Warmest night so far last night, but still a little crisp this morning. One of the misfortunes of hiking in the canyon is that it's cold. You can see up there, probably behind me, the light hits the top of the canyons first, and we're in a pretty narrow canyon. I'd say no more than 200 yards wide, so it's going to be a while before it gets down here to us. So we'll shiver through the cold this morning and get some hot water going and get camp packed up and head on out. And we're off for the morning. Got the sun cripping down a lot. Took me a while to get all packed up, but nice thing about this is there's not too many ways we can go, so we're gonna find a way down on one of these gulches here. Look, this looks pretty good, and then we'll keep heading down canyon. Our goal is Sheik's Canyon, which is in about 2 miles. Navigating the second drop here. Just did a little bushwhacking. There's a big rock face to the right of the pour over. It looks, I don't know, you could see some rocks up top which look like rocks. I thought it looked like a good area maybe for petroglyphs. So I kind of bushwhacked up there and there was nothing there. Did step in some cactus up, which sucked. But now I'm just waiting for Kate and Steve to meet back up with me and we'll head on down. We made it to the turnoff to Sheik's Canyon and we're gonna head up, drop the packs at the washer, and now we're gonna head on up and go see the green mask site, which is one I'm probably the most excited about seeing for some reason. I know it's a small little petroglyph, but it's a pretty cool one. It's kind of like, I've been told the Mona Lisa is a really small painting, but you have this idea of a really large painting in your mind because it's so well known, kind of like the green mask. So we'll go see if we can find it. We made it up here. Look at all these amazing pictographs. Got some nice ruins too. First people we've seen, our second group of people we've seen are camped behind us. We found the perfect rock up here just to lay back on and check out all these petroglyphs. There is a lot of what I would consider to be green color up here. Now there's a green mask, which we still haven't found yet. We're getting closer, I think. But there's a lot of green in the petroglyphs. And just past this, there is a spring Steve said he found. And we found it down at the end up high. Is the green masking. I was probably not showing up too big in here because it's hard to see. It's really cool to get to see the green mask in person. It's definitely a different, much brighter color green than what I thought they used. To the left there, that's more of a black green, but oh, how exciting. I wanted to see this for a long time, so I'm glad we found it. River flow here, reliable water source. Just finished up our visit up Sheik's Canyon, the Green Mask Ruin. That was awesome. That's really what I want to see. This is the first time since we got here on Friday I've actually been down in t-shirts getting warm. So we're gonna head down canyon a little over a mile or so to the junction with Bullet Canyon. I'll probably have lunch there and then head up to Jailhouse and Perfect Kiva today. All right, talk to you in a little bit. Got into another nice little canyon here. It's cool, but it feels good after being in the sun. Once again, we're going up and down, up and down. Usually the up trails are a little more compact and less rocky and less sandy. Come down here, they're sandy. Right, we may possibly be at the junction. It looks like there's something goes up that way. Could just be a small canyon, and definitely something to the right. So we won't know to get up a little farther, but I'm hoping this is the junction of Bullet and Grand. All right, so behind me there is Grand Gulch, excuse me, Grand Junction. Grand Gulch is behind me, and then we're gonna go forward here just a little bit up to Bullet Canyon. All right, we just finished our lunch in this nice little shade spot, perfect combination of shade and sun. Now we are gonna head back, or head up the trail to Bullet Canyon. Just a couple miles to Junction Ruin, excuse me, Jailhouse Ruin and Perfect Kiva. There's a little spot at Perfect Kiva I'd like to camp at for the night, and then we'll just make a quick push out tomorrow morning. From what I remember, this section is pretty exposed until we start climbing back up after Kiva, Perfect Kiva. I happened to catch this little 2-room structure at a quarter mile. We stopped to take a breather. I figured, why not come up here? I never know if or when I'm gonna get back to Bullet Canyon again. Haven't been filming as much in this section. The heat definitely taking a little more out of me, slowing my pace down. Kate is booking through here. I guess his lunch did him good, but we're getting there slowly. Probably mid-60s today, maybe. As soon as you get in some shade, though, it feels real nice. All right, made it to Junction Spring. There is some water here, so I think I'm gonna grab 6 liters to start with, and we'll go from there. So we have a long, slow process of filtering the water. One's going drip by drip, and the other one's a little faster. Usually they're about a liter per minute, but 2 things that are pretty bad for them are sand and cold freezing. Even though I did sleep with them, I don't think that's a problem. I think it's more sand. I haven't backflushed them yet, which I probably should. The first place I got water down there, filled them up, and as I was looking at them, I noticed there was a hoof. It was kind of cool, so I pulled on the hoof, and it was attached to 4/4 of a leg, and then it was attached to the top part of a leg. So I decided that's probably not where we wanted to get our water from. I didn't tell these guys.
Hey.
So I went upstream and dumped that bad stuff out and got some better stuff. So don't really want any deer juice in our water, though it's probably old, but still just the same. Right ahead of us on that rock bluff is where Jailhouse Ruin is, so we're almost there. So it's always a fun little scramble to get up the Jailhouse. You gotta kind of go around because that little wash there, and there it is right at the edge. Oof. Give you a view of it from below here. You can see 2 stories, and you got the 2 moon faces, big faces up top, which are pretty cool. Something I noticed on the kind of second circle, it's got green dots, same shade of green as in the green mass this morning. You can see the second layer right up there as well. You got a log there. Now we're in the CQ's favorite part. He says I shoved him in a crack before. I didn't. It's this cool tunnel right here. Noticeably cooler than the rest of the area. Dark and spooky. We'll go till we feel a little uncomfortable. We won't push it. And that's about where we made it last time too, because it's kind of spooky.
I got through it.
I'm sure the people that lived here worked herself way back in that crack, and maybe even up high and chimney up there, but I'm not planning on doing it. You could chimney past that little bump there and then go down, but no, thank you. You want to do it?
I did it once, but I'm not gonna do it again.
Why not? Because you're bigger now?
Yep.
And we made it to camp for the night. This is the first place Kate and I camped. We came down here several years ago. So hopefully it's still flat enough, and we'll find some areas and call it good for now. So we got camp all set up. We're just finishing up a little dinner. Perfect Kiva is up in that direction. It's actually to the left a little bit, but We decided we're gonna hold off on it till morning. That's something that needs some sunshine on it to be really special, because you can go down to Kiva and get really cool pictures. So we're gonna hold that off till tomorrow. Probably get up, pack up, have everything ready to go. We'll hike up there and then 4 miles out for our last day. So that's the plan. And I think we're gonna call that a night. So I'll talk to you guys all tomorrow. Good morning from day 4. Not too bad last night, actually. I never really froze. So that was a good thing. Kind of a grayish looking morning. Sun hasn't crossed the horizon where we're at least, not even on the far peaks. So hope we're not going to get rain today, but we are going to do a quick hike from camp up into Perfect Kiva. So we'll start heading up this way as soon as these guys get moving, and Perfect Kiva is right in that overhang up there. Come up a nice little slick rock slab here. Whew. Even this little stuff's taking the breath out of me. Might be a long day. And I made it up. There's the Perfect Kiva. Really nice structure here. I guess probably reconstructed a little bit when they did the Kiva. All right, so I'm gonna head down to the Kiva. Yeah, let's go. I'm sure the original one didn't have metal bolts, but the original one was actually in the Museum of the Cedars. Let's see if we pick up anything in here. Got some well-worn grinding areas there. There's a few of them here in this, so makes you think this area was used for a decent amount of time with the amount of grooves that are in there. Couple more grinding areas there. And here we have some what's thought to be sharpening grooves, where they can sharpen their flints, arrows, and knives on, I guess, whatever they use. That's what I've seen in the past. They've thought those were. One last look at Perfect Kiva, which will probably be our last ruin of this trip. I don't think there's anything up Bulla Canyon. But they sure picked a pretty place, like most of their sites. We did have a backcountry ranger stop by our site last night and just chat with us for a little bit and gave us some little worrisome news. He said that the pour-over area is really icy. Remember last time it wasn't too bad to get up, but it sounds like that whole, the pour-over maybe, and then that little drainage leading down to it might be packed with ice. And it's only 20-30 yards, but that could be a little sketchy, especially trying to get up over that lip. So not really looking forward to that, but we'll tackle it once we get there. It is just after 9 on the last day, and we are finally on our way up. But look to that direction where we're heading. Looks a little dark, but there's actually blue skies up there, so hopefully it won't be bad. All I gotta do is find the trail, and we're good. Gone about a mile so far, and it hasn't been too bad. We ran into one couple this morning. That's our third set of people backpacking, and we did see somebody die hiking when we came down Kane Creek. Pretty quiet place this time of year, which makes it even more special. All right, 3 more miles. Slowly working our way upwards. Getting into some of the steep little sections. Nothing too overwhelming yet. All right, here we are to the fun. I think the trail's up there. I'm just gonna walk around here and look at the pour over. Yeah, that's the pour over. I think we can go by on the left, hopefully. We'll see how this goes. Looking downstream, for some reason I remember last time we dropped off there, but so far this is not nearly as bad as I had worked up in my mind. As long as that was the big drop there, we can just walk up here, we'll be okay. All right, so there is one more obstacle. That first big ledge was not the one I was thinking of. It's this one. A nice, solid, icy, this will be fun. He says. We stood on this little rock right about there and then shimmied up on our knees and came up that crack there and kind of going up the final waterfall here. Once we get up here, that should be the end of pretty much all difficulties until we get to the final climb out, and that's not difficult, it's just steep. So we finish going up here, we're gonna take a little break. Starting to get a little worried. We've been walking up this wash for a while and knew we had to turn off left, but luckily lots of cairns here marking it. All right, just a little farther in this and then we get the big climb. All right, the last little bit up. It's kind of like I remembered it from last time, not as bad as I had feared. Definitely took your breath out of me, but nothing too steep. Take a look back down canyon there. We might be getting out of here at the right time with some low clouds. We are back up on the mesa here. Nice easy walking. Before we know it, we'll be loading up the car and heading into civilization, unfortunately. All right, here we are. It's only a quarter mile once you get up the top there to the trailhead, and it's always good to see your vehicle there with all windows intact. Well, that was a great trip. I think Steve said we did 26 miles in total, if you can hear me over the wind. So it was a good trip. I'm glad we did. I'm glad I sucked it up and didn't change my mind when it was really cold before we left, and got progressively warmer every day. So now Moab Diner. Yeah, that's always a good way to end this. So until next trip, we'll talk to you later. Take care.